Welcome back to Roy Family Farms. I'm Chris, and today we are moving the cows. As you can see, they are waiting very impatiently. They've been yelling at me all morning. But what we're going to do, since we're in November now, we haven't been getting much in the way of rain this year. A lot better than out west. I only had to supplement hay through the summer, so not terrible. But what we're gonna do here is we are gonna roll this bale of hay out. First, we gotta cut the twine off the net wrap twine. But yeah, cut the net wrap off, and then I'll show you how we do it from there. But the reason we do that is it helps put more organic material on the pasture, which will improve it. It'll build up the topsoil. It also spreads out the manure and the urine from the animals to help fertilize the field better. And thirdly, you got grass seed in here, so it helps seed your field, and you don't really have any more waste. They've been over there for 5 days. They probably could squeak another day out of it, but they've eaten most of it down. We did the same thing over there. They've eaten most of it down, and there's a lot of kind of manure in the mix now, so it's about time. But usually they only get about 5 to 7 days out of a bale, and these ones aren't quite wrapped as tight as some of the other ones, so these are usually about 5 days, and that's what they've had over there. So we're not really getting any more waste. And it's actually not waste. Like you can see back there, that pile where we just put a bale there, that's just complete waste. That'll get pulled out at some point and it'll be put on the compost pile. So it won't technically be wasted. We compost it, and we actually sell natural compost. So it's not a complete waste, but with this, it's all going back into your pasture, and there's actually been some spots where we did this a little bit last year, and this pasture especially, this is the one where we did it. It ended up being a lot better even with the lack of rain that we had. So let's get this going and get these impatient cows moved. Alright, so what we do, we take this post hole tamper and we pound it through the center here. And then I got this old strap here that I tied a bowline on, and I just loop it around this end, because this end's the looser one. I just loop it around that, and then you got the hook here. I just fed it back through itself, create a loop, and then the angle iron on this box blade that goes up to the top of the 3-point hitch mount. I just feed it through there and then loop it on the other end of the tamper there. And then we'll slowly pull the slack out, and then we'll unroll it. So as you can see, it works out pretty nicely. It spreads it out. I think Greg Judy, he does it, and they have it go against the way that the bale's rolled up. I think I actually went with the way the bale. No. They have it go opposite, go with the way the bale rolls up. I think I went basically to where I was unrolling it. So it ends up a little bit thicker in some areas. He likes to have it fluff off in smaller chunks, and I'm about 50-50 on guessing the right way to do it. So it just comes off whatever way. As you can see, whenever I was driving that post hole tamper in there, it's a little bit hard to start. I need to buy a second one, and instead of having that big flat end, I need to cut it to a point, and it'll drive through way easier. So I know that does look like that's a little tedious, and it is, but it can be improved. It'll go through just like a hay spear. If it's a fine point, it's going to go through way easier. So I plan on, I need to buy another one of those, because I use that one for doing fencing, putting in fence posts. But it works out pretty nicely. It's relatively quick. You could use a four-wheeler, a side-by-side. You could potentially, I don't know, if you have a decent enough size riding mower, you might be able to get by. I'm not sure. And it also depends on your terrain. If it's all pretty even, you could probably do that. But yeah, that's what we do for hay in the winter. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it every single bale, because I usually do get probably about a day more out of it whenever it's in a ring. But it's kind of hit or miss, because their appetite changes, especially as it gets colder and then gets warmer. And some of these bales are wrapped tighter than others, so there's actually more hay there. So it's hard to really gauge, but I usually get at least five days. So, and apparently, I believe the wife let the pigs out. Because I don't think they were. I think they were locked up in their shelter. The little piglet area is right next to here. But yeah, that's how we unroll the hay. But let me quit yakking here and get these cows moved. They're getting pretty angry with me. All right, let's get these bovine moved here. Hey, cow. Hey, cow. As you can see, they know the drill. There is really not too much to moving them anymore. They're trained. They know that there's better food where they're going, so they gladly just go. The calves, when they're young, are the rough ones that get to go where you want them to go sometimes, especially when we move them to our front pasture, because it's kind of a tricky corner, which needs to be reworked. But look at this. When you unroll it, it also helps prevent injuries with cows, because it spreads them out. And they say the ones low on the totem pole, they actually get to eat as much as they want. They don't have to stand around and wait, because they're not being bullied and pushed away from the hay ring. And you see how they're spread out there? That's going to spread out all their manure, all their urine. It'll help mineralize and fertilize our pasture here. And these bare spots we got should be definitely should be gone next year. But look at that, that gate's still wide open. They have zero interest in that. You got this group over here, which I mean, they're still herd animals, so they group up a bit. But if you look at Midnight here, she used to not be so low on the totem pole, but since she broke a horn off and we cut the other one off, just kind of for aesthetic reasons, and it would be kind of unbalanced. It might kind of tweak her neck. I don't know. That was just my thinking. But she's kind of had, even though she's one of the bigger ones, she's kind of had some like insecurity issues since then. She's been starting to stand up for herself a bit more, but she's over here doing her own thing now. She's not being bullied. But that is what some happy cows look like right there. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that content. I hope it was valuable to you. Maybe Unrolling Hay is for you. Maybe it's not. I'm not 100% sure if it's for us 100% of the time. I know in that like spring and summer when we didn't have rain, very much rain, it really wasn't, in my thinking, it really wasn't for us, because when we did get rain, I didn't want a heavy load of organic material preventing the grass to grow. So there may or may not be times that it's good for you. In the winter, when the grass isn't growing, it's going to be nothing but beneficial, in my opinion. And also, like I said, it seems like I may get a day less in off of a bale. Like I was saying earlier, it could just be because the ones low on the totem pole are actually getting what they actually, the amount of hay they actually want to eat. So that very well could be making up that day. When you got 2 or 3, say in my herd of 9 here, that just normally don't get their fill, and they got to wait around, they're probably eating a bit more. So that could make up the difference. I really don't see a big difference. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Hopefully it was beneficial to you. Till next time, have a good one, everyone.